Morning. I've got a long ride planned today, going up some of the monasteries. One of them I've never done before. And also what I thought I'd do today, because I get asked this question all the time, what do you eat on long rides? How do you fuel your long rides? And it's a great way to do it when I'm actually doing a long ride, so I can show you what I'm eating throughout the whole of it. So I'm planning to do about 111 miles today. And I can show you what I'm eating and drinking so you get an idea of how I fuel it and why I think it's really important to think about your hydration and how much carbohydrate you're eating. So it all kicks off with breakfast, and my go-to is porridge with berries, and I always put some whey protein in it, mix it up in a paste, and then put that into the porridge, trying to give it a bit more of a creamier texture. And the reason why I do that is because the oats, if we start off with the porridge, is because the oats are slow acting carbohydrates. They're a lot tougher for the digestive system to digest, so they're going to take a little bit of time. So by the time I eat them and then get on the bike, I should have energy already going around in the system, and also going to help keep me fuller for longer. I put berries in it because I always try and have some kind of fruit with or salad or veggies with any main meal. And also the reason why I'm putting in the protein is because whey protein is really easy to carry around with you, and I don't really like things like yogurt and stuff like that. So by adding the whey protein in and turning it into a paste, it makes it a bit more creamy, and it just gives it a bit of a sweet taste to it. Plus I'm also making sure I'm hitting all my protein goals. If you follow my channel on a regular basis or you see any of my socials, you'll know that I talk a lot about hydration and why it's important that we pay particular focus to it on the bike. But I think it's really important to start your day right too, so at least half a litre of water with some electrolytes before you jump on the bike is going to ensure that you're ready to start turning those pedals around and feeling alert. Not forgetting a coffee, because you can't start your day without a decent coffee. What I try and aim for when I'm riding the bike every hour is about 80 to 90 grams of carbohydrate. So I've found that these Strava energy bars are brilliant because they're 50 grams of carbohydrate. And then I also have one of these little energy chews from Precision Hydration that kind of hits my needs. These energy chews are about 30 grams. So even with my basic rubbish maths, I'm getting about 80 grams of carbohydrate per hour. I'm going to try something new today. I'm going to use this 90-gram energy mix shared between 2 bottles, because when I go around the island as fast as I can, I want to make sure I'm getting enough energy in. So testing this out is important, because generally I don't really digestively get on well with energy mixes. I've never found one that sits well with me, so I'm hoping this does. The hardest thing about doing these unsupported century rides is just taking everything with you. So what I do is take as much as I can with me. Every 2 or 2.5 hours, I'm stopping anyway to get water at a petrol station. So what I tend to do there is fill up with water, take on some energy drinks, get an energy bar from the petrol station. So I'm saving what I've got in my back pockets. And then I'm thinking about what I'm eating as time goes on. So I've always got something with me, but I'm thinking about the future. Anyway, I'll talk about that as I do the ride. I'm an hour in. I've done 1 bottle of fluids and a Strava energy bar, and that bottle of fluid had just water and electrolytes in it. I changed my mind when I put the bottles together, because I just want to make sure that digestively I sit well with the energy mix. If I have 1 bottle with it in, it goes well. The next ride I'll put 2 bottles in, but I don't want to be doing this ride feeling really bad in my stomach. First climb today is heading up Randa. It's a familiar climb, done it a couple of times already since I've been here in Mallorca, and I really like it. It's a good way to get your climbing legs in. It's not too steep, it's under trees, and it is warm today, so it's very welcome to be in the shade when climbing. Not stopping for long today, literally up the top, turn around, back down.
I'll say again, this road is so good. Second climb of the day done, and that's called Monty Don. So I've done about 40 miles, drunk all my water. One bottle had electrolytes in it and the other bottle had the Strava energy mix in it. So that had about 45 grams of carbohydrate in it with electrolytes in it, which is good. And I've eaten one Strava energy bar and one Precision Hydration energy chew. I'm stopping off at the petrol station now to refill with water. I'll chuck in some electrolytes in those, and then I'll just make sure that I've got enough energy bars on me to see me till lunch. I'm thinking of stopping off at Porto Cristo, and because I can't carry everything with me, I'm resulting to a Bounty and a Lion bar because they don't have any Snickers. So interestingly, a Lion bar has 202 calories in it and about 28 grams of carbohydrates in it. I thought the Bounty was going to have more carbohydrate in it, but it had 17 grams in it. One of the handiest things I take with me is this. I got it in a Sportif years ago and I've always kept it because you can chuck in extra electrolyte tabs in any flavour of choice, but it's small enough to stick in a back pocket so you don't have to carry one of those really long ones with you, and it's enough to get you round a 100-mile ride easy. I need to get out of here, they're starting to play James Blunt. San Salvador is the third climb today. Keeping it nice and steady. This brings back memories of riding with a bunch of mates, and we trashed up here really hard, see who could beat each other to the top. A little less full on today. Another stop, another petrol station. I've done about 63 miles and I've drunk all my water. So I got some Aquarius, pretty much drunk all of that, and filled my other bottles up with even more Aquarius. On the bike I've eaten one Strava bar and one energy chew, and I think at this petrol station I'm going to get myself a Snickers. And I'm going to have one of these. It's one of their protein bars and it's got a bit of magnesium in it, so again I'm just thinking about electrolytes. It's very hot today, so I'm sweating a lot, so I think my next stop's going to be Arta before I go to my last climb. I'm feeling pretty good, and I was thinking I'm riding along there, probably jinx it now, but one of the reasons people feel like their legs are tiring towards the end of a long Sportif is because they just don't eat and drink enough. And you shouldn't get to the end of your Sportif feeling empty. You should feel tired, definitely, but you should also feel really strong in your pedals. And more often than not, I find that's down to the fact they haven't eaten enough and they haven't drunk enough. That's called a Pescadores done. It's the far end of my ride today. It's literally a straight ride all the way back into Inca. I think I'm gonna have a tailwind all the way home, which would be amazing if I do. I definitely though need more water. If that tailwind stays with me all the way home, I'll be extremely happy. another petrol station stop. I don't like to stop too long or sit down and have lunches when I do these things. It's just crack on, get things done, because the longer you sit down, the more coffee legs you get. And it just means getting started again means that it's bloody hard. So it's a quick turnaround, food, water, quick pee, go. I think the last time I spoke to you, I've had another 2 bottles of water. I've completely drained those, 2 Sturker energy bars, and I've just filled these 2 bottles up. Got a Coke, I'll drown that, and the protein bar that I got earlier has turned into liquid rather than a bar, so I'm not going to eat that. Yep, tailwind with me. It's not massive, but it's definitely enough to pump me along.
Right, back from my ride. That tailwind on the way home was enough to make you feel like a pro cyclist. Total ride time was 6 hours and 31, and the total distance was 115 miles. So chuffed with that today. Good ride in the saddle. It was flipping baking on the way home, and I drank both bottles of water, and I had another energy bar. Definitely eaten enough today. Legs felt really good. I pushed the power a little bit in the last hour because I just wanted to see how I felt. And this is the thing I'm trying to get across here in this video, is that drinking and eating on the bike is all about making sure you keep fueling the system so you can keep putting out the power. A lot of people don't eat enough for whatever reason, and that's why I think when they get to the end of a sportif, they just literally slow down. They just don't have enough energy to keep turning the pedals in the way that they want to. They've probably done enough training, they're just not eating enough. Anyway, I hope this video has been really helpful. If you found it has been, hit like, and look, if you think this is going to help someone else, share it with someone. Again, I'm always trying to say to people when they watch these things, I'm trying to grow this channel and get good messages out there. So if you've liked this video, help me out and share it with a mate. Cheers!